Hi, I am Vivek Patni and I'm going to discuss primary and secondary metabolites and their significance. So please, I would like to request to please download the Science Edutech app if you want to download the material and subscribe my channel. So metabolites, what are metabolites? Metabolites are basically the intermediates and the products of the metabolism, which are basically typically characterized by small molecules with various functions such as proteins, amino acids, sugars, etc. So there are basically two types of metabolites, primary and secondary metabolites. Now I'm going to discuss various points regarding the primary and secondary metabolites. So primary metabolites are the compounds which are directly involved in metabolic pathways. So if I want to define primary and the secondary metabolites, I'm repeating again, the primary metabolites are the compounds that are directly involved in the metabolic pathways of an organism necessary for its growth, development and reproduction, whereas the secondary metabolites are the organ compounds that are produced by the various organisms that are not directly involved in the growth, development or the reproduction of the organism but are essential in the ecological and other activities. So growth phase, at what growth phase, which growth phase these metabolites can be detected. The primary metabolites are produced during the growth phase of the organism, and this phase of the growth is termed as trophophase, whereas the secondary metabolites are produced during the stationary phase of the organism, and this phase of growth is also termed as idiophase. So next one, quantity. Generally primary metabolites are produced in larger quantities because they are used in regular metabolic functions of an organism, whereas the secondary metabolites are produced in small quantities. Now next one, specificity. Primary metabolites are not species specific and thus they might be identical in some organisms, whereas secondary metabolites are species specific and thus they are different in different organisms. For example, the production of antibiotics. Not all the organisms can produce antibiotics, only some of them, that is species specific. Next one, involved in. Primary metabolites is in the definition, they are involved in growth, development and reproduction of organisms, whereas the secondary metabolites are involved in the ecological functions and species interactions. Structural component, they are the part of molecular structure. In the case of primary metabolites might form molecular structures in organisms, whereas secondary metabolites are not a part of molecular structure of the organism, and these secondary metabolites are derived itself from the primary metabolites. Now importance. Primary metabolites are used in various industries for different purposes. Some of the secondary metabolites are used in various biotechnology processes in the formation of drugs and various specialty chemicals also. Next, it is easy to extract primary metabolites, whereas it is difficult to extract secondary metabolites. Defense section. Primary metabolites are not active in defense action, whereas the secondary metabolites are active against foreign invaders and might be involved as a defense mechanism. For example, antibiotics. Next one, examples of primary metabolites includes proteins, enzymes, carbohydrates, lipids, vitamins, lactic acid, butanol, etc. And the examples of secondary metabolites include steroids, essential oils, phenolics, alkaloids, pigments, antibiotics, etc. That's all for primary and secondary metabolites and its significance. And please download the Science Edutech app from the Google Play Store, and link is given in the description also, and also subscribe my YouTube channel. Thank you.